Oh,
people
that's
want to join, but
you
they
know, right.
forgot.
Yes, that's a very good idea. What we have done this time was just on demand. We did these meetings, but we are planning to have meeting every week from now on. So, and that's going to be on Sundays. It can't be on Mondays anymore because these 2 weeks, last Monday and today, I'm off from my work. Usually, I'm in Oklahoma City by this time. So these were the 2 extra holidays. So we decided to go on Monday, but from next one, from future, inshallah, we are going to be having a meeting on Sunday morning around same time, 10 to 11. So another brother, Abdul Halim, has joined us. Welcome, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Happy New Year. So, and also brother Zarar Sayed has joined. Welcome, brother. Happy New Year. So we are recording the video this time, and we also have our channels like my TV channel KTAN.TV that will be having this video up there on video on demand section, free of cost to replay, and also maybe 1 or 2 times it might go on live portion, live section of the TV channel. So it's gonna just keep on a linear. It will go on, and whoever joined to see the live, they can see that, or if they want to see video on demand, like complete video, they can go into the video on demand section. There's a sports section as well, so you guys can let me share the screen so you guys can see that here on the channel. If you look at, this is my channel, ktan.tv, and there's a section called video on demand. So, and then if you keep on scrolling rest of the links, here you can see sports. And on the sports section, I got all my horse training videos. These are the links I shared last time, and this time we are going to have all that available again. So on this section, I'm going to be linking up the today's meeting, so you can see that. And this is the channel. Please share it with your friends and subscribe it with your email, so I could have number of viewers become members for free of cost. We are not charging any money, and that's another avenue you could find a lot of good information about the projects that we are working on. And also, this video is going to be linked on my YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is also under the same name, ktan.tv. And so let me share that screen again with you guys. So, okay. So this is this TV channel. This is the logo and ktan.tv. If you click on videos, all these videos, you can see that they are there. So this today's Zoom meeting is also going to be loaded on this avenue and also on my personal TV channel website. So let's start today. So we have some brothers joined us already. So welcome, brothers. Assalamu alaikum. Happy New Year. And well, today again we are gonna have this meeting about the horse facility. If a person has a smaller acreage from 5 acres to 20 acres, this is small. This is not very big, but our focus is on 5 acres. What we can have on 5 acres, how we can manage our horses, how many horses we can have. Can we have other cattle on the property? Can we manage those as well? Or can we do something else with our property? Well, the best scenario in this case is, hello, G.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
I'm new to these meetings, so I have a quick question. So sorry if about the noise. I'm traveling, So is this about the horse or this is about investment? Can you please like just quickly summarize what's the purpose of this call? Like
Okay,
what we're trying to get out of it?
as I said on the start of this meeting, that our focus is on 5 acres, 5 acres lots that people they own the property and how they can have a horse facility established on 5 acres lot. This is our focus, and bigger properties can be, so this is covering both the horses and the facilities. Okay, so our next meetings in futures are going to be about bigger properties, event centers that will have like horse facilities and other facilities on one property where people could bring their families in and all that. That's what we are going to be talking about in next few weeks, inshallah. So today's
Inshallah.
meeting is just about a small acreage. Do you have another question?
Yeah, so the only thing is like I just want to make sure that so my understanding of this group and sorry if I'm asking a dumb question, but
No,
um
there is no question is dumb. You can ask
yeah,
anything.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so the reason why I joined this group is about investment and a brother give me an example of just buying an acres for the masajid and break it down, develop it and benefit from it. Um, so I just want to see like is this the same purpose of this group or
Yes,
yeah.
yes. The purpose is the same. Okay, how we are approaching this goal, what you have heard from Brother Jangir, and we already have a long meeting about this project, about 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, in Oklahoma City. I sat with Brother Jangir. We all discussed the whole project, that how we want to move forward to start a business that where we could have partners with us about 100 acres or bigger property that we could establish and keep on going with different things in that one property, so people could invest their money. They could have we all could benefit from that, and also we could have a successful, prosper business. Will that answer your question?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, I missed that meeting. So yeah.
No,
Okay.
this
This is
that meeting was between me and Brother Jangir. We were two individuals in that meeting, and of course, none of you guys are aware about that meeting. But we already discussed, and that's what I was trying to tell you. In next few weeks, we have started everything from scratch. This meeting is specifically about from 5 acres to 10 acres, or maybe 20 acres, and then from there, next following meeting is going to be for the bigger properties, that how 2 or 3 people can get together and start something smaller level, and then if there are more partners, how they can do a bigger project, like maybe 10 partners or so, and how big is going to be the property, where we need to buy that, what we need to start with. I mean, all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. I started from the scratch. I'm building up you can say that I'm preparing you guys, all the brothers, to understand the main thing first, how we can have a blend and how we can work on a smaller level. And then we are in this meeting specifically, we are not talking how to buy land. We are talking about those people that they already have property in their hand. So we are preparing all the brothers, have benefiting. Everybody can benefit from these meetings. They can learn anytime when there is information, people learn something, right? So that's what is our goal from
right.
these meetings. Last
And
week's meetings was the same thing. Yes.
sorry. And my last question, and I promise I'll stay quiet. My last question is, when you talk about like 5 to 10 acres land, are you like suggesting should we go with this land and everyone will pitch in money to buy the land, or we're talking about like individual investors where a land will cost 300,000 and someone will just buy the land and do whatever he wants with the land.
Okay,
So
brother, what you think? Are you in Texas?
yeah, I live in Frisco.
Okay, Frisco. So you know the market in Texas, right? Tell me, can you buy 5 acres near Denton for $100,000 or $300,000? No, not at these days. No, prices are pretty high up there. So what we are talking about, that doesn't matter if you are 5 members, 4 members, 2 members, or individual own 5 acres, and you can start with, you can learn something from smaller level, and then you can expand to a bigger level with other members. You can find more partners. Once you have hands-on experience, you can go on. Otherwise, just by reading or not having a practical experience about something, you will never ever survive. You can or unless you are very rich and you want to pay for the services, yes, you can do it from 5 acres to 500 acres. You can do anything. If you have money, you are investing, you are paying for someone, like they prepare the land for you. Pardon? Somebody say something. Okay, so I'll carry on. So Brother Halim, I hope this has answered your questions. So let's carry on with the this project, smaller level project. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes.
Doctor, this is Amir. Are you intending to basically do only in Oklahoma, or if there is an opportunity in North Carolina, would you be interested in that?
Brother, we have members in this meeting from, I think, East Coast, West Coast, Oklahoma, Texas, anywhere. It doesn't matter to me that if where you have land.
Right.
I am in Oklahoma because I live here. I have my horses here. I have my property here. I have a property in Texas. I have about 20 acres over there. I'm looking forward to buy some more in Texas, in North Texas, most probably. And maybe this time we want to go with a bigger project, like
Sure.
5 or 6 or maybe 10 members, and we could have 100 acres or more property. So we could have a big event, big project. Anyways, getting back to the current project, what we are talking about is a 5 acres. So I think last time you have heard me, but since we have not recorded, so none of you had an opportunity to see, go back and see what we were talked about. Okay, 5 acres, 5 acres, and 5 acres from the start. It doesn't matter you have a property in North Carolina, New York, Virginia, Texas, California, anywhere. You have a property, you want to see it lush green like that in the background you see in my video, you need to do some work. You have to have that property ready and grow grass in there so you could have minimum 5 heads in there. 5 acres, 5 heads. 1 acre per head. Means like one animal per acre. So can we have more horses or cattle or anything on 5 acres? Yes, but that's going to be a managed project. You will have sections and you will have added so many requirements you have to meet for the government, because nobody, so the sheriff department will come and shut you down if you don't have proper management on 5 acres and you have cattle more than 5. So try to understand, try to abide by the law. Law tells you, and law in the United States differs in every state. State of Oklahoma, state of Texas, state of Arkansas, Missouri, all these states, the law is almost the same, like 1 head per acre, 1 cattle per acre. And if it's a property in an area where they have lots of water available, either irrigated property or by nature from rain and all that, or you have a pond on the property and you can use that water for irrigation on those 5, 6 acres, 10 acres, whatever you have. So that will grow a lot of grass. Okay, now there is a trick thing I want to tell you. Any of you, if you are getting ready to buy a smaller acreage, and if it's between 5 and 10 or maximum smaller acreage, 20 acres, look for section of the property is low on one end. It doesn't matter if it's considered to be a flood zone. That is gonna benefit you on the long run, because that water, if it's a flood zone, that water can be managed and you can spread it all over your property and You can have grass growing all over and lush green in summertime. Even you can keep it green in winters. So getting back, what you can do to keep the cattle in your property, you need to have fence. And fences could be different sizes, different heights for different cattle or different animals. How many of you already have experienced riding horses? Can I hear from brothers that what is your interest? I want to see. Anybody?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
But I'm just here because I am really fascinated by horses,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get a chance to like maybe when I was a child I had a chance to ride a pony,
Okay.
but that was it. But yeah, inshallah, I would like to try a horse, and not just try. I wish to like ride. Um, I mean, ride a gallop with the horse, inshallah.
Sure. Welcome, Brother Fuad Haider Khan. Thank you for coming forward. I mean, this is good courage that I want to see in every brother that who is in the meeting. And I have seen Brother Halim have been showing his courage to talk to me and ask questions. I welcome everybody to ask questions. And also, if I throw a question towards you, please respond to that. So this way, I can see your interest, and I feel happy that okay, people our brothers on the meeting, they really enjoy and want to learn more. Anyways, horses, when you are on a horseback, it's a different feeling. But how about if you are walking a horse with a lead rope and you think that horse can run away from you? Yes, that could happen. If horse is not tamed with you, the horse don't trust you, the things could go wrong with you. So having a horse on a property, you need to have a fence from 5 foot all the way up to 6 feet tall. Even in some cases, if you have Mustangs like wild horses, you should have like at least 6.5 feet tall or 7 feet tall fence. What fence look like? Let me share some a screen with you, and you can see the fence design and what how many feet that's got to be under the ground, how many feet that got to be above the ground, and all that. So here is uh, the screen I have in front of me. This is a project started by Pennsylvania State, Penn State. This is their extension, and they provide a lot of details here. And you are all welcome to click on, check on browser about Penn State extension, and you can see fence planning for horses. That's a very good article in here. You can read that. A lot of details are provided by the school, by the university, and you can see this picture looks like a track, racing track. This is not a very high fence, and horses doesn't look very big, very high fence, but it is still about around 4.5 feet to 5 feet long, tall. So you can see this is like a three uh, strands, or you can say, I mean, if it's a rope or wire or wood or panel. So these are three panels you can see, and each panel has a difference of about foot and a half, 18 inches or more. So if 18, 18, and 18, that will make about 4 feet in between, and then from ground to the top, it's about 4.5 feet tall. Why? Because some places where they are tamed horses, they are dealt daily on a daily basis, they will not have very big fence. They know that these horses are not going to leave the property. Why horses will not leave the property? Because horse is a prey animal, and they will be, as soon they find uncomfortable situation, they will run and they will try to run away. But here they don't see, the horses don't feel any uncomfortability because food is provided, grass is provided, water is provided, and grain is provided, and they are also loved. So horses, when they have all comfort, why they would like to leave that place. These are us human beings. If we don't see a job opportunity at one place, we will try to go to other. Same thing the horses will do too. But if we are given food in a room, what would we do? Are we going to be able to want to leave the room? No, we will not want to leave the room or house. We want to stay at home and want to enjoy it. The same way these animals, they do the same. Okay, this subject is the best fence. What fence is best? I mean, it all depends. How much money you want to invest? How much money you want to put in? What kind of fence you want to go with? A wood fence, poles and panels. You want to go with poles and wire, and you want to go with poles and there's a cable, not the wire. Wire is usually 1/8 of an inch or like uh 1/23, I mean not 1/23, maybe 1/6 or something like that. Like they are not very big. But the cables are like 1/2 inch to a 1 inch in round circumference. It's gonna be pretty thick and big and heavy. And those are the wire, the cable fences are good for wild horses, like they want to push to the fence and they break it, try to run away. So cable will stop them. The taller fence with strong panels, they can stop the horses as well. Okay, the fence will have poles between where that fence panels are going to be installed. So each fence for pole to pole width is about 8 feet. You can have 12 feet and 16 feet as well, but that's not going to be very strong. That there are chances the horses, if they push it, they could break the panels and they could run away. So please review this page for fence planning and all that stuff, and you can see all that, learn a lot about it. And there are gates. You can put a gate on, couple of gates and all that. So this way you can keep your horses in. Now, when we talk about wire, there are two type of wires available in the market. One, you might have seen those barbs on them. Let me find out a picture of barbed wire. So barbed wire has those little barbs on them, and they could actually, okay, yeah, this is a good picture, so I can share that with you. Okay, so this is barbed wire. You can see these barbs in there. If the horses are in a facility where the barbed wire is, they could get injured. You don't want that happening to your horses, because a horse is a beauty animal, and injured skin and wounds on the horse body doesn't look good, and that comes into cruelty. And that's why you don't want to have horses with the barb left. And there's another wire. Okay, and you can see this wire, and this is all plain wire. It's called barbless wire. So our horse facility should have this wire installed. And that could be 5 strands, 4 strands, 6 strands, or more. The lines, the way they install in the fence. So the poles, so top line, the second line, third line, every line is supposed to be 18 inches apart. So this will keep your horses in and also save from getting injured or any damage could happen. So you can protect your horses. So let me see. Stop sharing. Okay. So you saw there's two type of wires that we can use for horses, horse facility. Barb and barbless. So barbless wires is the one that you got to use. Where the barbed wires are used, when you have cows or buffalo or some other animals, they are big. but they are not horses. Horse is a beauty animal. We cannot have him injured and wounded, because horses could actually, once they get wounded, their wounds could put them in a situation where the pus and cancers and all that stuff could happen to horse, because they are very sensitive animal. Cows, on the other hand, they are strong. They can have number of wounds. They can still live and go a long way, a lot of years they can live. But horses, within 6 months to a year, they start losing weight. They have wounds, and flies are going to sit on them and keep on sucking their blood. And you will see a very weak horse, and finally it will end up dying. So be careful if you want to have a property with a wire on it. So make sure it's a barbless wire. Second, we also talk about the panels, the wood panels, the vinyl panels, metal panels, and vinyl on top of it, or sometimes just a pipe fence. Pipe fence could be 3 inches in diameter, those pipes, 4 inches, the bigger pipes. Heavier the pipes is going to be more expensive. So on a smaller scale, you don't want to spend a lot of money unless you can afford it. We are talking about all manageable management. Management means that with less resources, how you can have something that you can enjoy. So yes, 5 acres, we start with 5 horses on 5 acres. Now get into the next part of this management of the property, that on 5 acres, how you can have 5 horses and what they can do, or what you can do to have enough grass that you don't have to buy grass in winter. That's another big thing. When there's a drought, even in summers, you don't have a grass, so you have to you will end up buying grass from outside, which comes in bales. You might have seen bales, round bales, square bales, round bales. So let me show you some pictures of round bales that last time I think a brother asked me a question about it. So here, okay, you see this picture. This is a bale right there. It's all covered. You can see the squares on them. That's like a net around it. So the horses can come, and you can remove the net. You can see that this lady is removing the net, and horses can start eating. This could be 4-foot bale, 5-foot bale. 4-foot bales is usually from the center to out 2 feet on both sides. So that's like 4 feet all around, or 5 feet all around. So that also comes with the weight. It could be a 6-foot bale as well. But you don't want to have lots of bales uh, at one spot. If you have only 5 horses and you want to keep them together at one place, you can have like 2 horses on one side, and you can have 2 other side, or 3 on the other side, and you can have 2 bales at the time. So they could finish that bale in about a week. Usually that's how they can eat. If the horses are wasting hay, you might see the bale go away within 1 day. One of my horses does that. I put a big 6-foot bale inside her arena, or the area where she was, and she spread all the hay, and then she started laying down on it and like made a bed, because she's a wild horse. I adopted her and trained her for riding and all that. So there are other bales square. So there's another one that I want to show you, the square bale for winter that you can buy. Okay, you can see the square bale in here. This is like about 2 feet wide and 4 feet long. These are small hay bales that they come from, like you can see the price right here. They might be not that expensive, $34. Wow, that's expensive now. Used to be, it should be like, I think these are like more than one bales in one pallet. I think that's a pallet price, $34. It should be about $10 to $17 a bale. Maybe 2 bales maybe 2 bales on a small pallet. Anyways, so for winter, you need to have hay for the horses. For summers, you can have green grass. So we talk about managing how we can manage about having a green grass on it, because you got to irrigate it. Yeah, you got to have a rain coming there all the time, or you have a flood zone area where the land collects all the water when it rains, and then it stays on and keep it green. So my suggestion to every brother that when you are buying a property, it doesn't matter if it's a flood zone and they will try to scare you. Oh, you might have to have if you build a house on it, and you might need a flood insurance and all that. If you are planning to build on it, that's also can be done without buying insurance. Or if you really, therefore the county or the state is forcing on it, so there's nothing wrong with that. But you can dig a well, I mean, not sorry, well, dig a pond and spread all that, collect all that dirt and put it, raise the property, and you can build a house on that raised corner. And you can have a horse facility also built. You can keep the horses in open. You can have a barn built there. Now, about barn, there are barns, they are just called sheds. That can be a barn, that's a shed. And those horses, when it rains, horses, they can go under and stay there when it's sun or too much rain or sun. So they can stay under the shade. Barn is where the horses can be locked into. There are 4 or 5 rooms in there. 12 by 12 usually is a normal size. You could have bigger stall. Those rooms are called stalls. And you can have bigger stall built in there too for 12 by 15. Usually 12 by 15 is called for a birthing stall. Now, question is, what is birthing? When you have a mare, a female horse, when she's pregnant, she's going to have a baby. You cannot have that horse out in the field and she lay a baby out in the field. And if there are coyotes or other animals are there, they could come in and harm the baby. So you got to have a stall built where your mare can lay down. Actually, when they lay down just like all legs spread all over on the ground, and they could have baby while they are sitting or laying down on the ground. They cannot have baby while standing. Horse don't sit. If he's a healthy, he can stand all his life and sleep as well. Horses can sleep while standing. So we talk about stalls. So normal stall is a 12 by 12 where horses can stay overnight or during the day, or if you want to just keep it inside and you got to feed them 3 times a day and they stay healthy. And you just give them exercise. You bring them out and bring them in a round arena, a round pen, and give them a couple of circles, and then saddle up and you ride. Give them exercise. They can move, because horse can stand all day long and don't have to move, and they can still be okay. They can sleep while standing. So they're usually, when they are standing and sleeping, their joints get locked. And that's natural. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given them this ability to stand and sleep, and they don't fall off. Okay, somebody had a question. Okay, all right. So can you share the link? Yeah, the link will be shared. Which link? Somebody question me. Share the link. Which link you guys want to know? I mean, for this meeting or for the other
The Penn
resources?
State thing, the Penn State link that you were showing us to have a read.
What was about?
The Penn State.
Oh yeah. Sure. Let me get that for you. Give me a second. I can get that right here. Okay. That's the one for, a link for the fence, and there's another link for the facility, horse facility, how to manage a horse facility and all that. So that's there are 2 links from the same university. So you guys can see that. There are 2 links I just shared. So please check on those. And also there are some more links I'm going to share later on. Anyways, so Horse facility, you have a barn, and barn can have 3, 4, 5, 6 number of stalls. But 5 acres land, you cannot have more than 4 stall facility. I mean, four stall barn. 4 stall barn will have 4 stalls in there, a tech room, and grooming room or grooming area, and washing bay. These are the required things in a barn. What is a washing bay? Washing bay is that where you give shower to your horse, you wash them up, you clean them, you let them stay there for a while, that all the water just drip from them, and then you can bring them out in the on a grass or in a dirt area or in an arena or round pen. Round pen is usually full of sand, and if in case horse want to sit there or just lay down, because when they are wet, they want to lay down on the ground and they roll to clean themselves. Usually horses give themselves a dirt bath, and any other animal as well. I mean, this is not just a horse. I mean, all these animals, when they don't have water, they want to give themselves a dirt bath, and that will clean them. Usually dirt, then they shake themselves, and then all that dirt goes away. And same if they are wet and they are not properly dry, they could just roll themselves in the water, in the dirt, and they like to have dirt going because they don't like water dripping from them. So most people, when they have horses, they dry them with a towel. Depends. I mean, how much you like your horses and how much you want to serve them, because this is a service to an animal. You got to love them. You got to give them care, and the care is the only thing that horses they care about. If you don't give them care, they will not love you. They will not connect with you. Now we already covered the area, the land, the irrigation portion, fence portion, management of a stalls or barn. We already talked about that. We already talked about sheds. Now, 5 acres, how we can have grass throughout the year. One thing is irrigation, and second, sections. If it's say 5 acres land, you can have 2 sections in there, 2 acres and 2 acres, and 1 acre you can leave around there just to, bring them in to work with them and all that. That's where you could build your barn as well as stall. I mean, the sheds can be built in those 2 acres area. So 2 acres, 2 acres, these are two separate sections. You got to have a fence in between. So the horses could be separated from one point to another, because if all 5 horses are in open land grazing, they could eat up everything. They eat all day long. They eat all night even too, if they want to. So you want to keep them somewhat hungry as well. I mean, they can stay in that 2 acres lot or section, and you can move all 4 horses there, or you can have 2 and 2, and then you can bring them to 1 acre section, and then give them about few days, and one section should not be grazed at all. Once you leave that section without grazing for about a week or so, that new grass will grow up, and you can move the horses back on it. They get eat another 5-10 days. You can move them to relocate them from one section to another section. But you got to have at least one section ungrazed, 1 or 2 sections left ungrazed. And people, they do 1 acre sections. So they could have 2 horses in 2 acres portion, another 2 acre portion, and rest of the 2 acres, they are left alone. So the grass could grow and they could move the horses there. And then rest of the 10 days, the grass will grow in these 2 sections. So that's how you manage your grass in summers and even in winters if you have irrigation available. Now let's move on to the what other cattle you can have on 5 acre lot. If you don't want horses, you can have cows. And we talk about wires, the fences, barbless and barbed wire. Barbed wire is the best fence for cows, because you want that. Otherwise, cows, they can keep on grazing. They can get out of the fence, under the fence, and they go out to the other places, run away from the property. They keep on following the grass. Wherever the grass is, they're going to go. So you want to have a barbed wire installed on your fence so they cannot go out, right? Because they try it, they get injured, they get back. They don't want to leave that property then, because they know that they're going to get injured. Next thing is what other cattle you can have? It is a cow. I mean, sorry, goats. Now, how you can manage goats and what kind of fence do you need for goats? Here I have, I think I have a fence for you guys. Give me a second. I thought I had it. Goat fence. Okay, the goats. So in the goat farm, you what kind of fence you can install? Um, Raising goats and management. Yeah, that should be it. Penn State. Okay. I thought I had that link available for the goats panel. Okay, let me go back in goats panel. I got to put in the goat. Okay. What kind of fence do you need for goats here? Let me bring that up. Okay, they are showing cow in this picture, but yeah, this is the best fence you can have. Like these are 4 inches by 4 inches squares in the fence. These are the best for goats. So I thought I had that page open. What happened to that? Okay. Anyways, so we got this. This is the fence you need. That's called chain linked panel. And that could be different lengths they sell in there. I have this um, Amazon page open here. That's a 4 foot by 1,664 feet. Pretty long roll. And you can have this is a galvanized field wire fencing. And that's the best you can do for your goats because goats can be attacked by coyotes, other animals, mountain lion or dogs, wild dogs, they can attack on goats because goats are a small animal. They could be attacked and killed. So be careful if you want to raise goats on 5 acres. You got to have this kind of fence on it. If you have plan for mix of animals, can you have goats and cows together? Yes. Then still you have to use this fence. Now, what height do you need for the goats? They are showing 4 feet tall fence. This one right here, no, that's not a good thing just for the goats because coyote can jump higher than 5 feet or 6 feet. So better you got to have a bigger, taller fence, at least 7 foot tall. For goats, you can have a taller fence, very tall fence. Because coyotes, dogs, mountain lion, they can jump 5, 6 feet easily. So please, when you decide to go with goats and just the goats, then you can have a bigger fence. If you want to have cows on it, you can have one donkey with cows, one or two cows and few goats on 5 acres, and a donkey in there. That will be good enough, and you may have 6 foot tall fence then, because donkey will be very active to fight against mountain lions, coyotes, wild dogs, because they hate these animals and they go and kill them. Now, what else we can talk about? 5 acres land. We can have a house built on it as well. Do we want to have a house? It all depends. Do we want to just leave the cattle or horses or the goats over there and we have a house separately? My idea is that if you have a 5 acres property, you find a nice height level corner, build a house there, build a small fence in there, small barn. How do we take care of cattle from being the disease? Okay, diseases. Okay, Health is very important, but I'm going to come to health right now. We already covered fence, we already covered stalls, we already covered all the sections except for the housing on a property. Let me finish that, and I'm going to compare to the medical of the cattle and horses. Okay, so house, it's better to have your own house on the same property, so this way you can give care when it's needed or all the time. You can watch, somebody can keep eye on your cattle, so that's the right way to do it. You can see a lot of these properties where you see houses are also built on it. They have their cows and all that, go horses on the same property. They have barns, they have sheds and all that stuff. Small acreage, you can't do much. Only a corner you can set for your house. Rest of that, you can have sections, to 1 acre section, 2 acre sections, or 1.5 acre sections. So this way your horses can graze in that area, and you can keep on moving them every 2 weeks to 3 weeks. You can move from one area to another area. So the grass will grow and keep on going. Now, when your house is there, it doesn't matter if in the nighttime some animals, they attack on your cattle or horses or the goats. You can hear the sound. You can set up some cameras, the field cameras, and you can, nowadays all the gadgets are available. I'm not going to go over on it. You know better nowadays for security what you can do the best. But yeah, you need to ensure that you have um, all that cared for your security is your responsibility, and you got to take care of them. Because one thing, you cannot have your cattle getting on the road. What are the consequences? Your cattle is gonna get lost, stolen, killed. The worst come to worst, the police or the sheriff department, they find it, they'll take away from you, they'll send you a notice to fix your property, make sure your fences are strong and they don't get out. They'll give you back your animal on the first shot, first mistake. Second time, they will hold on and they will ensure that you pay a fine. And third time, they could come and shut you down. So there are some consequences, responsibilities are there, so you got to be very careful. For our local mentality, many of us from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, other countries, Afghanistan. So we are kind of living in an environment where we have tall walls around there. So we could have our cattle, things, anything inside. So nobody cares for too many things. But here in America, you cannot have very long, tall walls because of the safety. If there's a fire, the fire department cannot get in. That's why they want like maximum 5 feet high fence on any property. So the fire department can break it or can jump into to get in to protect the people. So yeah, that's what you need to understand that. Now, coming to the health of your cattle. So that was a good question from brother. Who had that question? Yeah, so brother Fawad Haider Khan, thank you. You asked this question. So, brother, horses, cows, goats, they have their yearly vaccination. So that's one thing. Second, all these animals, goats, cows, horses, they got to be dewormed. Now, why they got to be dewormed? All these three animals, they graze on the grass field. They eat all the way down to the ground. So can they eat other worms and other bacteria, other things from the ground? Yes, that could go into their stomach, and they could have worms in their stomach, and you will see your cattle or horse or goats are getting weak, their hair are falling off and all that stuff. These are the signs that when your cattle or animal is worm, they got worms in their stomach. So you got to deworm them. So there are different type of dewormers for your horses, for your cows, for your goats. So please ensure that whenever you are having the cattle, take care of their health. That's your responsibility. You got to connect with a local vet. Vet could be expensive. If you don't know much, they could really charge you a lot of money if they come in and they take care of your horses. They might be charging you lots of money. But if you learn how to deworm, give the dewormers to your horses or your cows or your goats, some stuff you can do by yourself. You don't need a vet coming in there and taking care of your cattle or horses or goats. The annual vaccination, yes, they can come in and do it. And even you can learn how to do how to vaccinate your cattle. You can do by yourself. I do my own most of the time. Even I was able to find those 4 different vaccines together in one injection, so I could give that one injection to my horses. So I didn't have to call the vet. But then later we found out it's better to have a vet, so they could give you certificate in case somebody file a lawsuit on you because they have their own cattle next fence and next door, and they get some kind of disease, and they file a lawsuit on you that, hey, that's coming from your cattle. So you can show them, hey, I have certificate in hand. My doctor comes and he gives them this vaccination. So there is some kind of protection you need for yourself too. You don't want to get sued by your neighbors and all that because their cattle are dying because of their own stupidity, and you become the reason, and you are not the reason, but they come and sue you for their loss. No. So if for your safety, it's good to have a vet's visit on your property, so somebody can stand behind you. So that's why I did some a couple of years for vaccination, but then I stopped. I said, no, it's better to have a vet coming in. So people, my neighbors, they see the vet's vehicle driving into the property. They have signs on it, so they understand that this person uh, is taking care of their cattle, so they cannot find a loophole to file a lawsuit against you. So yeah, that's very important. So get a vet in your area. They'll come and give them annual vaccination. Yes, dewormers you can do by yourself. Anything else for a small property? I don't think that you need much. Yeah, when we in future, when we will have more meetings about bigger properties and investment properties, that's where we are going to talk different things, and that's all going to be all business meetings. That's we're going to only talk about how we are going to do the plans for the things that management, including facilities, and that's all business. Here, this is just for individual basis that you have 4 or 5 acres land and you want to manage it. So it's almost an hour that we went through a lot of things. We have recorded this meeting. We are going to be sharing that meeting on our TV channel and also our YouTube channel, and you guys can watch that again. I mean, if you have recorded, or if not, that maybe we are going to be sharing this video anyway. Now, I give you option now to ask any question. This is your time now. I know you guys sat down quietly and listened a lot of things, and some brothers, they left because that didn't interest them. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if they don't feel any importance, that's fine. There are some brothers, they want to learn how to manage the facility, how to have horses, how to take care of them, and how we can enjoy. Yes, you can do that. So this is your time now. Please ask any questions.
Okay, doctor, I have a question. It's basically all the good stuff, the information and everything that you gave was very good. If
Thank
it's
you.
roll up your sleeves and do that stuff. I do not have I have the passion for those animals. At the same time, want to get returns on my property also. I'm
Yeah.
like having multi thoughts in there.
Mhm.
I don't have so much of money just to enjoy my passion here, but at the same time want to use it like a recreational facility as well.
Yeah.
Now, and I do not want to be in those, countryside living for 3 6, 12 months a year or whatever. What is the best approach when, let's say, I have a 25 acres of recreational property, horse property, which is out there for sale with uh, a dwelling of 3,000 plus square feet up there with everything in there.
Mhm.
Now, through your experience, the caretakers, I want to outsource it to the caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see what are the disadvantages of having that caretaker take care of it? And at that same time, have a bread and breakfast kind of facility there and do that stuff.
Okay, very good question. Thank you. This is going to be the thing that in next few meetings, like I said, we are going to be gradually moving up and getting into bigger properties and talk about that, how you can do different things. Of course, this was a small property management we talk about, and even on a 5 acres property, you talk about 25 acres. I'm talking about 5 acres. You can have a house over there, right? Do
Yes.
you want to, like I said, you want to live there? You have to, you don't have to. You can make that an Airbnb facility. People, they come, and you could have your house next door, and you can use that property as a lease property, lease it to someone for like a Airbnb for the house. But how about riding horses, and people, they can come and learn horse riding, and somebody you can hire, or like you said, caretaker, then they can live on the property. See, nowadays in America, and I've been doing this for over 20 years now, since I have my horses. People, they want to take everything from you and want to give you this much.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I do it daily.
So, do you want to bring caretakers on your property? I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless you are very rich and you know that you really don't need much, but you said that you want to have some kind of income resource on the property, right? So for that, your involvement is very important. Okay, because even though if there is a caretaker on it, are you sure that he's going to take care of your property, or if he is using just to live there? I know a property here in Tulsa, and this is interesting to that came up in this discussion. I want to tell you about it. That's about 15 acres property, and that is a little not an event center, but they can have events in there like weddings and all that kind of stuff. And there is a separate building built for the weddings, because that venue is beautiful. They have like nice place where they could have stage and all that kind of stuff, and then they have a separate house built on the side where the caretaker lives. Now, if you want to have a caretaker on your property, they will ask you to pay them.
Yes. Yes.
So you can offer them, okay, there's a living for you. You can live for free over here. You got to take care of this event venue, keep it clean, keep it in mint condition, that people that could be used every so often. And also there are stalls, there's a barn, and people can board their horses, so you can have half of the rent for the horses who board in there. You can keep that for your expenses. So this way they can keep the stalls safe and secure and clean. The whole property, 15 acres, that will be say clean and secure. Now the person, what he's benefiting out of that property, in that specific example I gave you, he got a living for himself, that he's not paying rent.
Yep.
But he's paying electric bill, water bill part of it.
Yep.
How?
Yep.
Because that stalls built in there, so there are 10 stalls, and all of them are taken, and there are open sections on that 15 acres where people, they board their horses in open pasture. So the rent for the stall is about $700 to $1,000, depending what kind of benefits they are getting out of it, the people who board their horses. And the open pasture is about $200 or so per horse. So the money is coming in about 15, 20 horses are on the property. I think it's about 15 horses. So there are 10 horses inside and 5, 6 horses outside. So altogether, so that money, what is going into is paid with, that money is used for the bills. And half of the money goes to the caretaker, plus he is living there for free. But what he's in return, what he's doing, keeping the facility clean. He is not allowed to work any other job, specifically him that who have signed up this caretaking lease with you.
Right.
And he is getting paid from half of the rent of that horses they are boarded there, right?
Mm.
So he got free living, paid half, and then he got to pay rest of the money for the bills and all that stuff. So the owner is not taking anything out of it, but his property is safe and secure. People are there on all the time. Somebody's available if something happens, and horses are there. But his wife, his children, his other rest of the family members, they can go out and work. They can make their money, but his benefit is that half of the money he is taking into his pocket, plus he's paying the rent, or the facilities like electric and all that stuff, all the utilities he's paying for out of
Right.
that rent that he's making. So you can do that, 15, 20 acres, you can have that, but still you need to invest something in there. You need to have stalls built in there. You got to have a recreational venue built in there, and also you got to have a separate house built in there, maybe small house where that caretaker can live.
Yep.
Because if these are the perks you are not offering to the person, they are not going to do anything for you. They are going to be basically cheating you. So
Absolutely.
yeah, you can do that, or you can live by yourself. You can have a daily worker in there. They could come and clean for you, and you can pay them $10 an hour. They could come here for a couple of hours. They can clean up. They can clean all the stalls, because horses, when they stay inside the stall, they will definitely poop, pee, and you got to keep that clean. You don't want to have that smell going everywhere. Then city can come after you. Hey, you are not keeping your facility clean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So any other question?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, no questions? Brothers?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. It's good. I think we can conclude now. Thank you, Dr. Asim, brother.
You're welcome, brother.
Very useful.
And yeah, so this is, well, for conclusion, okay, I mean, that's it. You guys got the idea. Smaller property, 5 to 10 acres, then 25 acres property, like brother brought up a scenario. And that's possible, but you got to have some give and take situation. But rest of the stuff, that's how you can manage and all that. You got to have water available on your property, to have grass and all that. Okay, brothers, thank you very much for listening and having this conversation with me, asking questions. Anytime you can call me as well if you want to. My number is available. It's 918. Let me put that in the chat so you guys have any questions. So you can call me anytime, 346-8219. So here's my number. My email address is very simple on the, like you, let me see something that I want to show you this screen as well. Okay, here on this, that we have a TV channel here, and please subscribe that channel. And here on the information section, that you can see my phone number and my email address down there. It should have been in the info, contact us. So here, so you can send my number, my email address, info@ktan.tv, and my number. Now, before everybody leaves, I think those who are still here, I mean, I can share some videos with you that I mean, we talk about that, and we didn't get a chance to share those videos with you guys. So let's get into that. Hold on. Okay, here. So please see some of the sports video that we do. We play, I play a sport. It's called tent pegging, and we are gonna share that with you. You see, it's the rider. He has a lance in his hand, and he picked the target from the ground. There's another good video I want to share. See, yeah, that was a little close, but it was too short. See, that's gonna give you a little bit extra time to watch that, the way he's coming with a full gallop. That's the sports I play. My horses are used for this sport called, like I said, it's a tent pegging, and we have a separate website for that. You can okay, so that you can see on a this is the website for the sports team, and you can see a lot of videos on this website. As is a ustpf.org/new site. Right now, this is not launched, but soon it's going to be launched. So that new site word is going to go away from the uh, website. But right now, it's because my old website is still there, but we have changed the look and all that stuff. So check this thing and see, enjoy it, and enjoy your day. And especially my TV channel, please subscribe so we could improve that, and that's for community. Okay, I'm not charging any money from anybody. This is for free to sign in, and you can just watch live stream. There's a live video going on all the time. There's a this week, I mean, in next 24 hours there are English videos are going on, and video on demand is available. That all different languages videos are available. Whatever is there is there. There's going to be new things coming in under the national news. It's going to be Arabian, Pashto, Punjabi, Hindko, and Urdu. And there are some Urdu programming already available, like Mushaira and all that stuff. So please enjoy that. Thank you. Thanks again. Thanks for listening. And okay,
I
somebody
have
has
one
a question.
question
Yes,
before you
Fuad,
leave.
brother Fuad, what you got a question?
I have like the tent pegging thing. I mean, it has intrigued my interest.
Yeah.
So you do that in Tulsa, or is there is a place where you do?
Yes, Tulsa is the headquarter for tent pegging. Our tent pegging federation is established in Oklahoma, and headquarters here, and we have twice a year events and trainings. So right now it's cold. We are not going to go out there and make you feel freezing, and all that. In May, when the weather start getting better, and towards the end of the May, we are going to have a invitation from to Canadian team, the Pakistan team, and some other riders are going to, maybe Germany and Norway might come. So we're going to have an event here. So when that's going to come near, we are going to share the dates and time, and you guys are welcome to come to Tulsa and see that event for 2 days. That's going to be 2-day event. We are going to also have one event in Ohio this year, maybe in June or July, because weathers are nice on East Coast. So Ohio is right place, and we have horses there. So we could have an event there. Now, you want to learn tent pegging, you need to join our federation as a member. And when we have a training session, you can come and learn. But before that, I will suggest better you build your riding skills, even before you become a tent pegger. So build your riding skills, rent a horse, ride a horse, build your confidence how to get on a horse. Otherwise, galloping a horse is not an easy thing. Yeah.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. We'll be in touch, inshallah.
Why you are welcome. Thank you, Wayakum. So anything else?
We are good.
Brother
Thank you.
Asim, what is your email address?
Okay, my email was okay. Let me share that
Can you
here.
type it in, please, on the chat?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. info@ktan.tv. That's my TV channel's information email. You can also send info@ustpf.org. That's the other one. And then also I have direct email at ustpf.org. And also I have asim.malik@ktan.tv. I give you all my 4 emails. So that will help you anytime when you want to send a message. You can send on these emails, and my phone number is there. If you have any question, you can call me directly. You can call Brother Jangir. He is the best source for facilities, lands, and all that stuff. He can provide you the details, and about horses or the cattle or anything, you can call me directly. You can ask questions. So again, thank you very much. So we will end the meeting right now. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate. Thank you, Dr. Asim, brother. We'll connect again, inshallah, next week.
Yes, inshallah. Assalamu
So
alaikum.
we will close the meeting that we're
Okay.
recording. You can stop the recording and I will close it.